Abigail Ruth, you were not what I imagined, because I could not imagine what I could not see. The way the sun never sees the stars, nor the stars the sun, yet they move in rhythm, and one could not exist without the other. Certainly I existed before you came into my life, but I did not move in this way. I could not dance in this way that is more fluid and less controlling, that lives more in the heart and less in the mind, that is filled with less despair and a whole lot more laughter, that is more focused on the community and less on the self, that is a little less English and a wee bit more Irish, a way that the ancestors always yearned for me to be. And you, my sweet honey bear, you have shown me this way by your generosity of time and spirit, by the way you teach your students how to live with integrity, by the way you lend an ear of counsel to a friend in need, by the way you make people feel welcome in our home, how you work with the sauces and the spices so that we may all feast. I promise that I will be the midnight to your pearl, that I will walk with you through the light and darkness, that I will listen to your stories, accept you for who you are, and encourage you to grow in the way that you desire. I'll give you space when you need it, hold you close when you need it. And Abigail, I promise that I will love you till our bones grow old and our skin returns to the flesh of this earth as the sun and the stars dance around us.
Garret, the first time we met, we stood side by side on a snowy playground looking out at the hills and didn't really talk at all. This is an image that I still call to mind because it feels indicative of a connection that felt immediate but still sometimes feels hard to give language to. There aren't a lot of things that I have complete confidence in, but committing to a life with you has been one of the easiest choices I've ever made. Just as easy as my decision to put us in a relationship on Facebook after our second date without telling you. It obviously worked out. There's a long list of reasons why choosing you is easy, but the one that has meant the most to me and continues to is what a loyal and loving person you are in a difficult time. I know we were disappointed by the rain initially, as we had both hoped for a beautiful day today, but the more I thought about the weather, the more fitting it felt to represent what I value most about you, which is that you are truly the best person to be stuck in a metaphorical rainy day with. I've struggled finding words big enough to explain what this means to me, as someone who has had their fair share of rainy days, especially over the last few years, to be loved by you. Because in my often long list of worries, you're never one of them. In fact, you're the one sitting there with me, crossing some off the list. Thank you for choosing to make a life with me, Garret. It's the best thing that's ever happened to me.
Daisies blooming, sundress swaying in the breeze. I can't stop staring. You've put a spell on me, and I hope that you never decide to set me free. The way you're moving has got me moving my own feet. The greatest feeling that I could ever dare to dream is you forever moving next to me. Let's not waste time or take this slow. We've got miles behind us but miles to go, so let's just break this down to the simplest truth. You and I as one will always be better than two.
so much for being here and sharing part of this special day. I've been waiting for this for, well, almost 32 years. All right. So on behalf of Abby and Garret, I want to welcome you. I know that they are very, very glad that you're here. And so many of you were able to join us last night. Mary Scott threw this amazing party at Teddy Gallagher's father. Yeah. All right, thanks, guys. Appreciate the encouragement. So anyway, so Mary Scott throws this amazing party, right? She rents out the pub. We have food, we have drinks, we have live music. But the cornerstone of the evening was a series of toasts to the bride and groom, and they were fantastic, right? Yes, I mean they were unbelievable. I was like, that is fantastic. And then it dawned on me later in the night after a couple drinks. I've been working on my toast for a long time. I memorized it. I'm like, man, that's not going to work. So this morning I wrote something new. Usually I have my things memorized, so I'm going to have to read from this. So I'm going to read a toast, and then I'm going to read the blessing that Garret has written. But here we go. Now, I'm going to warn you, there's probably only about a 10% chance that I get through this without getting emotional. Okay? I'm serious. All parents have hopes and dreams for their children from the first day they bring them home from the hospital. As your children grow, you see and understand your kids in a way that only a parent can. You know their strengths, their weaknesses, their sensitivities, their passions, the things that make them unique. Abigail, you've grown to be an amazing and accomplished woman. You are smart, funny, beautiful, hardworking and compassionate, no nonsense, but deeply caring of others, independent, but incredibly hospitable. You have always known your heart's desire was to be married and share your life with someone else. However, as your awesomeness increased, awesomeness, I learned that word last night. As your awesomeness increased, Kathy and I realized the pool of men that could win your heart was drastically shrinking. And shrinking. It basically won. So we just kept praying and trusting God. Never in our wildest imagination did we think that prayer would be answered in the form of a globe-trotting, barefoot, organic farmer. Awesome. Garret, today it is official, but truly from almost the first day we met you, you have felt like family. Kathy and I, Matt and Dan, are so thankful that you are the man that Abby's fallen in love with and committed herself to. You are everything we hoped for, someone that would love and care for our daughter in the way that is right for Abby. At the same time, Abby is fiercely loyal and incredibly committed. Only a very special man could win her admiration, trust, and love. You are that man. As I considered what Bible verse would be appropriate to share, Proverbs 27:17 kept coming to mind. As iron sharpens iron, so one person sharpens another. Today, two extraordinary individuals have become one. In your marriage journey, you'll continue to grow as individuals, but now as life partners, you'll experience life and touch the lives of others in a way that is only possible in the oneness of marriage. You will now share life's joys, struggles, accomplishments, and disappointments together, and it will grow you and shape you as only marriage can do. May the joy be great, the sorrows not too deep, the contentment overflowing, and the love everlasting. To that end, glory. All right. So, Garret, even though Abby is the one with the MFA in creative writing, Garret is a very gifted writer as well, and he has written this blessing for this evening. Dear God, you who moves through all things, thank you for gathering us here today for this holy ceremony, for our friends and relatives who've come from near and far to celebrate love. Dear God, you never said it would be easy, this life, this love, but you promised it would be worthwhile. You gave us brothers and sisters to lean on, friends to fill up our cups, and the wisdom of the ancestors to guide us in times of uncertainty. You gifted us the rivers that run through us, the wind that becomes the breath of our lungs, the soil that grows the food that feeds our bodies, so that we can not only walk, but run, not merely move, but dance. So today, with the nourishment of this food before us, I pray that we dance till our feet are sore and our brows are sweaty. I pray that we greet each other in conversation, that we drink so deeply from the well of the other that even the oak tree leans in to listen. I pray that everyone walks away in the midnight hours fuller than they arrived, and that the love shared here today resonates for days to come. Bless this food and us to thy service. Amen.